that's a very simple question. So, like I say, me and my friend were buying records for a year or two, and I'm trying to remember the year, whether it was 94 or 95. I'd been to some like under 18s events, and we'd put on our own events as well. But when I went to my first ever like proper rave, which was an over 18s event, there was we used to have like DJs playing, but then you'd also have like live PAs, which was like almost like a band. You'd have like the keyboard set up, you'd have somebody coming on singing, so they would be like, yeah, you'd have them breaking up the night, and there'd be, maybe 3 or 4 of them, and then DJs in between. That was the way the Scottish scene was back in the 90s. And the first one of those I went to was an event in the Barrowlands, and it was a band called The Time Frequency at the time, TTF. And when I seen them on stage, and the whole night, in fact, as soon as I went to the rave, I loved being at the rave because the vibe in there, because growing up in the East End of west of Scotland, East End of Glasgow, in that kind of area, it's a pretty rough place, and it's quite a scary place to grow up for a young timid boy that I was. A lot of violence, a lot of angry people. It had quite a reputation back then, maybe not as bad now, but going out in town was a scary prospect for me being 15, 16 years old. When I went to that event, it was just completely different from going to a pub or going to a bar or going to any other sort of club night. Everybody was like so respectful. There was a lot of love. There was no fighting. Everyone was there just for the music, and I loved that. That was the part that glued me in straight away. I was like, okay, so this is where I belong, first of all. And then I seen the guys come on stage, and I was like, this is great here, but I want to be up there because that looks fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Yeah. That looked just the next level. So it was literally from my first ever proper gig that I went to as a punter. Yeah. Within minutes, I was like, right, I'm in the wrong place. I need to be on stage. Yeah.